I'm sitting in my son's video studio in the basement with the green screen behind me, and thinking about the green screen, I had a thought. You know, in video work, the green screen allows me to put in whatever background I want, and I can be sitting here talking to you and make it look like I'm sitting on the beach or on the top of a mountain or in the middle of the road. It creates a fake scenario to be able to tell your story. And I wonder, over the last number of years in youth ministry, how many times I actually did that, trying to craft good situations and good opportunities, but really created something fake that may or may not have done more damage than good. I remember back in the 90s, one of the things we used to do in youth ministry all the time was Friday nights, or maybe one Friday night a month, we would do what we called an outreach, where we would rent a community center or a gym or a pool or something. We'd create this over-the-top, fantastic situation, this event that kids would absolutely love. The world was different back then, and we would put on a big show and have tons of pizza and everything, and something that it was very, very different than what we did every week on a week-to-week basis, like on a Wednesday night. But it was created intentionally to create an environment for kids to be able to bring their friends. The plan was that in this big, huge, fun thing, we would talk about Christ and the gospel and introduce kids to Jesus Christ. Well, I think over the number of years that we did those, we had some success, and we had kids come to Christ, we had kids bring friends and be able to witness to their friends. There were some good things about that. But I also look back now on how the world has changed and scratch my head a little bit too, because I wonder how many kids in that scenario actually came because their friend invited them to this great fun event, and they got blindsided or tricked or green screened into a presentation of the gospel. And I wonder if that didn't do more damage than good, in a sense. I read an article a little while ago, and I wish I knew where it was from, but it was interesting. And the writer put, if we were a choir and we were going to recruit new choir members, what would we do? How would we go about doing that? I wonder if the choir would then just rent a gym or a pool and create this fantastic, huge event in order for the choir members to bring their friends and create this huge, fun thing that had nothing to do with choir. And in the middle of that, just jump into a spiel about joining the choir. Doesn't make sense, does it? No, what a choir would do would be get really, really good at doing what a choir does well, and performing that and showing that and engaging other people who love that in the excellence of what you're doing, and bringing them in because they're interested in being part of that. If we were a debate team and we were going to recruit new members to our debate team, we wouldn't go to play laser tag. We wouldn't do an all-night lock-in. No, we would get really, really good at debating. And then as we're debating, and we engage people around us who also are interested in that. But yet as Christians, we continually create fabricated events that are nothing like what we normally do, or even why we're together, in order to attract other people in so that we could get people to bring friends. Interesting. Why don't we get really, really, really good at doing what Christians do? Get really good at worshiping. Get really good at praying. Get really good at breaking down Scripture. Get really good at living this out and helping the poor. Get really, really good at living as if I'm following Jesus. And when we do that really well, our relationships, people will be drawn to that, to the reality of it, to the genuineness of it. Nobody gets blindsided. No green screens necessary, because this is who we are and we're doing it really, really well. Now, maybe what we need to do in today's world is put all those things together. And maybe we can create big, fun things that kids would love to bring their friends to. And in the context of that, open up the reality of the relationships and those kind of things. But maybe our small groups, if our small groups were functioning the way we really want our small groups to function, with the depth of community, the depth of relationship, with the high-end, genuine accountability and the safe place to really open up and share, if our small groups were really doing that, really like an Acts 2 kind of community, maybe that's where our kids would want to bring their friends. And maybe our kids today are less likely to bring their friends to a great big huge event than they would be to the real deal. And maybe it's just the real deal that will attract kids to Jesus. Let's take the lesson from the choir or from the debate team. And let's be real and let's live it. These are my thoughts. Interested in your comments? Go ahead and write them below. We'll interact about that. Go ahead and disagree with me. These are my thoughts. Have a great day.